Hi guys and welcome back to a new video. In today's video I will be talking about a few items that I think you should be investing in right now and that I think you will be able to make a lot of profit with. So in today's video I will only be talking about a few specific items, but if you are interested in this topic and if you want to learn more about all the different categories of items you can invest in, I made another video. I will link it in the description and I would highly encourage you to also watch this video. So in today's video, we will be talking about a few unobtainable items that since patch 10.0.5 are extremely interesting and that I think again you can make a lot of gold with just by investing in them. So with patch 10.0.5, as you know, all the different white and gray quality items have been added into the transmog system, and with that some of these unobtainable items got a big increase in value simply because people are now able to use them, and therefore the interest from the players in these different items increased a lot as well. Also, it's very important to note that as all these different items have been removed from the game a long time ago, the quantity of these items on the auction house is only going to decrease and the value is only going to increase. So definitely right now is the perfect moment to start investing in all these different items. So the first category of items I want to talk about are going to be all the different lovely dresses and dinner suits. This is something I already talked about in a recent video, but these are really some very interesting items. All these items are cosmetic, which means that you can use them on any characters, and like that, it means that usually you are able to get quite a lot of sales simply because again, anyone can use these different appearances. In order to get all these different items, all you had to do was during the Love is in the Air event that is currently up, you just wanted to go and buy some of these lovely dress and dinner suit boxes. Each time you were buying one of these boxes, you had a chance at getting one of these random items, and back in the days, they were white BOEs. But since Legion, all these items are now green binds when picked up items, and so it means that you are not able to sell them on the auction house anymore. And keep in mind, all the white quality items have been removed from the game for quite some years, and so right now there are not a lot left on the different auction houses. So these items are very interesting because again, the green appearances are only available during the 2 weeks during this event. So as you can see right now, people only have 1 more week to actually try and get their hands on all these different appearances. And also because you need each time to buy 1 box in order to have a chance of getting 1 random item. And as you can imagine, it can take quite a lot of time before you get the 7 different appearances. So for all these different reasons, the white versions are very popular and they will only get more and more interesting after the end of the event because again, people will still be able to get these appearances through these white items, but they won't be able to do so through the green items that are unfortunately only available during the 2 weeks of the event. So in order for you to find some interesting opportunities, all you want to do is either go, of course, on your auction house and you just want to type lovely or dinner suits and see if you have anything interesting. Or you can go here on the Undermine Journal and you can go and check on your region what are the cheapest auctions available, and then you can try to go on this realm and purchase all these different items. So as you can see, for all these different items, whether it's on US or European realms, you will be able to find some extremely cheap auctions, and definitely I would recommend you to buy them if you can, because again, the value is going to increase a lot. So for me, all these different dresses, I would say that anything below 20k gold is definitely going to be a good investment. And then anything between 40 to 20k gold really depends on how much gold you have and if you need it soon or not. Because keep in mind, these items can always take a little bit of time to sell, so you might not be able to make your profit before 1 or 2 months. When it comes to the different dinner suits, I would say that same, anything below 20k gold is definitely going to be a good deal. But for them, even probably like 40k gold is still going to be very good because there are really not a lot available. And on most realms, you can sell them for a lot of gold. So after that, I'm going to talk about another very interesting item. And this time, these are the ruby shades. These glasses are cosmetic. So again, it means that you can use them on any characters. And these have been removed from the game for probably more than 10 years. You were able to buy them in Shatrat from the famous vendor Aris Pilton. But again, for now, maybe 10 years, these have been removed from the game, and so you can only find a few on the auction house. You can find some over appearances that are exactly the same as these ones, but all these over appearances are only for clove players, and so it means that if, for instance, a plate, mail, or leather wearer wants to actually get this appearance, they will need to get this cosmetic item. And this is very interesting because if you go actually in your journal, you won't even be able to actually find this appearance. So this is something that is really only available on the auction house, and you won't really find it by just going through your journal. So for these ones, I would say really that anything below 200k gold is definitely going to be a good investment, because again, keep in mind, these are now unobtainable, and each time someone buys one, there is one less available on the auction house, and so the value is only going to increase and increase. And here again, on some realms, you can find some that are not too bad. For instance, a few days ago, I found like one auction for 15k gold on this realm. But these ones are a little bit more expensive to invest in. So really, it's only if you have enough gold. And again, if you are willing to wait enough time for them to sell, because these will definitely take a little bit of time to sell. But in my opinion, these are really a great investment. And as you can see on some realm, you can really find some extremely cheap auctions. So definitely try to invest in, and probably you will be able to make a lot of gold in a few months or maybe a year from now with these items. Then after that, we're gonna have two weapons that are very interesting. So these are the last year's Mutton. As you can see, this is a pretty cool mace. And also the last month Mutton, the same, but unfortunately someone already had a bite of this one. Basically, these two items have been removed from the game, probably like again 10 years ago. You were able to get them during the Darkwind Fair event by completing a quest, but there are right now only a few available on both NA and EU. And therefore, if you are able to get your hands on some of them, you will most likely be able to then sell them for a lot of gold. Keep in mind again, these are the type of items that will definitely take some time before you will be able to sell them. But again, if you have enough gold, it's definitely a good investment, because the rarity is only going to increase, and then the value is only going to increase as well. So for these ones, unfortunately, it's going to be pretty difficult to find some good and cheap auctions. As you can see, for this one, you have some on this realm for only 300k gold. I would say that it's definitely interesting, 300k gold, because as you can see, all the other ones are around 1 million gold. But again, it's a big investment, so it really depends on how much gold you have. On US realms, this one you can find some also like a little bit cheap, but these are definitely a little bit more expensive. And for the last year's Mutton, as you can see on European realms, you have one for only 100k gold, which is extremely cheap, and then it's directly 500k gold. And on US realms, you have a few for 75,000 gold or even 100,000 gold. So definitely the type of items you want to invest in if you can. So, of course, when you are investing in all these different type of cosmetic items, you want to try and sell them on the right realms. For instance, if you're playing on a PvP realm with a low population, most likely you're not going to be very successful at selling some of these cosmetics. But if you're playing on a high pop realm that is maybe focusing on role playing, for instance, you will most likely have a lot of buyers. As you can see, I'm selling only cosmetics and transmog items on this tune, and I'm making a lot of gold simply because people are using all these items in order to do their role-playing activities. So really, if at some point you are considering in investing in some of these very expensive items, maybe try to then transfer the character with the item on one of these role-playing realms, because like that you will probably have more chance at finding a buyer and at making a lot of gold with all these different items. So that's pretty much it for today's video. I'm sure there are other items that are also very interesting right now to invest in. Please let me know in the comments if I forgot any of these unobtainable items that are no cosmetic or transmogs and that could be very interesting to invest in. I will be back very soon with more guides and more videos, and in the meantime, I wish you all a great day. Bye!